Battlefield back.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? My name is Frito, also known as the self-proclaimed the fucking king of adapting my Call of Duty sheep to the beautiful Battlefield 4 vistas. You guys got a problem? Frito's got your back. Switching to that BF4, CoD Ghost is so whack. Yeah, you know it's true. Girl, you know it's true. Call of Duty Ghost, anybody who's played these two games for at least 10 hours each, or give or take, you can just see the amount of fun that is possible in BF4 that is sort of like the holy grail in Call of Duty Ghosts. You have to search for it, you have to go on long journeys, rites of passage, performing miracles on your way, defeating giant cyclopses, killing evil bunnies with holy hand grenades. The adventure to find fun in Call of Duty Ghosts is impossible, whereas BF4, it's constantly blowing up in your goddamn face. Dun 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 dun. Battlefield 4 shit's going down all the time. That's the way it works. It's completely like that. It's true. Now, for those of you who are moving to Battlefield 4, or at least picking it up on your next-gen console, which you definitely should do if you're getting a next-gen console, don't buy it on current-gen, I understand. If you're on current-gen, just stick with crappy Call of Duty. That's the best you got. It's pretty sad, the first-person shooter marketplace on consoles. It's a barren wasteland now that Halo's dead, and in terms of shooters, Gears of War kind of went to shit. There's no games for console that are good shooters. Whereas on PC, there's a whole lot of options, and we need to get into that. But it's unfortunate how much better games there is on PC compared to console. Oh my God, console war, console versus PC. It's just real, because there's a lot of games that can't really function on consoles, or they're built for a smaller scale of an audience, and that's what gives it a little bit more flavor. This guy got me camping in the corner with a PDW. So let's talk about adapting to Battlefield 4 in terms of gameplay, player skill, being effective as a player, because everybody wants to do good, right? You have the most fun when you do the best. But the thing is that you got to realize is that Call of Duty holds your hand in a lot of ways and really lowers the skill ceiling for all players. So yeah, you might enjoy for a while the pick up and play aspect of, I like to run around and beast noobs in Call of Duty. That's something a lot of people say. Eventually, that's going to tire out on you. Once you get sick of bad players being able to compete with you just as well as you, who you're probably a good player at Call of Duty, especially if you watch YouTube videos. Once you get tired of that, once the aggravation of knowing that the game is built to make Timmy No Thumbs, whatever the fuck his name is, he's got no goddamn thumbs. Once you realize that the game is built to make him feel like he's good at the game, and you're sick of dying to shit like that, that's when you can evolve and realize that Battlefield is the way to go for you. And what I mean by that is also as well the sort of expectations of how the game plays. Battlefield is a real game. Call of Duty is barely a game. And what I mean by that is, because it's so easy, because really it all depends on who you're playing. Like, the crappier your opponents are, the sky is the limit. You can go 500-0 if the situations are right. In Battlefield, there isn't really a mechanism built in to make these outrageous things possible, because players are limited in what they're capable of doing. However, with that being said, it also enhances team play, which, oh my God, team play! I play Call of Duty, get me far away from that. But honestly, for the most part, I have no problem with teammates in Battlefield 4. I don't know how other people feel. People are always running, I mean, sometimes you get a dumbass who doesn't throw you a med kit when you ask for one, but for the most part, people run around to revive you, they throw you med kits down. You don't really, unfortunately, there is some problems with the matchmaking service, but I mostly play solo anyway, so this is coming from a solo player. I outplayed that motherfucker. That's a Call of Duty move! Sit in the corner! You'd expect that, did you? You gotta play Call of Duty and learn tactics like that. But, and that's the thing, like, tactics, they will win out in Battlefield. Well, they can win out, I should say. But because there's more gun skill required, you don't feel like you're constantly insta-dying from every single noob. Oh my god, a smorgasbord of enemies! And here you go, man. Obliteration. Now, I don't know if I'm getting to a point here. I kind of have multiple points in here that I want to touch on. The game mode I'm playing right here, I think, is fairly conducive to a lot of Call of Duty players' desires. A lot of people want constant choke points. That's what they want. They're used to running in and spawn killing constantly. That's what they want to do. They want targets to shoot every single second that they're not reloading. Obliteration with a lot of players can feel like that. Here we go. We want to set up the spawn trap. We got the bomb cornered behind me. Now I'm waiting for the flow of enemies to come, but and I don't remember if this proves useful for me or not. But that's the way Obliteration works, especially on Operation Locker. Now remember, when you can pick your servers, and I don't know if this is like this on console, guys let me know if you just get matched. Can you pick which map you want at least, even if you go into the server browser or even quick match? Oh my god, I'm behind their whole team. Oh. Motherfucker had a shotgun. Get to the fucking point. Frito, you're so goddamn excited about this game, you can't even commentate properly. Here. My point is, playing Obliteration, Operation Locker, if you have the ability to pick every map, game type that there is, and player size on console, use that to your advantage. Realize how powerful that is to shaping and molding your experience. So, for instance, if you like Operation Locker, Obliteration, you probably could play that 70% of the time you're on this game, because you can just look for that. Now, obviously, you have to deal with different pings and stuff. Personally, I like to choose ping over anything. I like having 6 ping with my 50 down internet. I think that's awesome. This bastard came up behind me. I was on that big-ass streak, too. But you have to realize, when you're adapting to this game, how vastly different each game type is and what to expect from it, right? You've played Call of Duty for years, you know what your go-to game type is and all of the motions that you have to go down to be successful at it, whether you're a domination player, a TDM player, some of you guys probably roll in big squads and demolition and spawn trap. Not all of these skills are transferable to a real game. God, I love calling CoD not a real game. I like Black Ops 2, so don't give me this shit that like I'm not a fan of CoD anymore. I just hate ghosts. Games aren't supposed to function the way Call of Duty does oftentimes. The way that spawn trapping is so possible, spawn killing so possible, racking up ridiculously high scores is possible. Most games don't really facilitate that kind of gameplay, believe it or not. And that's something you have to adapt to Battlefield 4. You're not going to get that instant gratification of the score lines don't represent like a 1-to-1 ratio. If you go 20-5 in Battlefield 4, you had a great game. A lot of action went down, and you know what I mean? Whereas in CoD, you're like, oh, well, you know, I could have got my kill streaks up and my specialist bonus. I didn't drop a Keem strike. That shit's all fucking irrelevant. Like, people leaving comments on my videos when I get like 10 kills in a 4-minute TDM. The game moves fast, everything's moving fast. They're just like, well, why didn't you drop 100 plus? It doesn't work that way. It's like comparing the NCAA to the NFL. It's a completely different set of standards of what you can expect. In the NCAA, you know, a whole bunch of ridiculous plays work a lot more effectively because defenses aren't as good. Also, the defensive players aren't as good. Holy shit, I'm running out of footage. This sucks. Fuck, I'm gonna have to make a part 2 of this. God damn it. I was on a roll, too. Motherfucker, finish your point, Frito. So goddamn excited about this game. I can't even commentate it right. That's my point. Battlefield has a whole different set of standards compared to Call of Duty. Whereas Call of Duty is kind of easy mode. Battlefield, you're not going to be able to walk in and get the same kind of instant gratification scores. But if you take your mindset out of this Call of Duty-centric kill-death ratio bullshit, you can enjoy Battlefield 4. By the way, the game crashed here on this epic game. That's one downfall of this game that you have to admit as a BF4 fan like myself. They are working on that, though. Functionality, they're fixing and getting progressively better at. Call of Duty Ghosts isn't really going to be able to patch fun factor. Let's be honest, guys. My name is Frito. I don't do outros.